With all of these different marketing tactics that are available, and I have yet to, there's way more to cover. Um, with all of these marketing tactics that you could do, I often find that entrepreneurs are getting overwhelmed. Like, what do I do? Which things do I focus on? Where is my time best spent? Well, this is when we get into goal setting, or also specifically in business, what we call KPIs. And those are key performance indicators. And so, what we're doing with key performance indicators, these are really, there are, I would say, three general ones for that every business needs. But then when we really dive in, it starts to get more specific to your needs as a business, what you are trying to achieve. And these things can change from year to year, quarter to quarter, month to month, week to week. And so you'll have to change what you're tracking. And so let's talk about at least the three big ones that every business should definitely be monitoring. So the first one is brand awareness. And this is how well your brand is known out there, how well you are known as a coach, as if your e-commerce website, your website is known, your products are known that you're carrying. So how well are you known? And you can tell this by uh, how many people are seeing your content, how many people are coming to your website. So these are some of the things that you could measure. And so as you track these different, how many people are seeing your social media posts, all of these different things you can track, you can get a sense of your brand awareness out there. Number two is leads and new customers. Okay. So, of course, every business needs leads and new customers coming into it. So, tracking, um, you know, this would be looking at your impressions on your website. This would also be your reach, your click through rate, your conversion. Okay, so how many people are actually filling out your lead form? How many people, if you're a coach, how many people are scheduling a call with you or signing up for your webinar or your live event or your virtual event? How many people are signing up for your course? If you're e-commerce, how many people are coming to your website, your product pages? How many people are purchasing? How many abandoned carts do you have? And we're going to dive in a little bit more when I get into customization about um, each one of those areas for e-commerce and for coaching. The third thing is engagement with customers. So, how well are people liking your post? Are they commenting? Are they sharing? When you write articles or blogs, how many people are reading it? So, how many people are clicking on that page, and how long are they staying? Are they clicking on and then leaving? Or if somebody stays over a minute, they're reading that page. If they stay over 3 minutes, wow, they really read that page and they took their time. So, and videos, same thing. You can see how many people have viewed your videos. How long did they stay? Did they stay the whole time or they, stay just for, the first 3 seconds? So you can get all of that data. So those are the three big areas, but let's sort of dive in specifically about what some of the things I'm going to give some examples. So say you have a webinar coming up and or a virtual event. And so some of the things that you're going to be tracking are you're trying to get people to your landing page to view the information about your workshop. And so how many page views do you have? There are ways to scan how, there's heat sensors and most people don't have access to that, but I've been using that. So I can see how far people are staying on the page. Where do they drop off? Um, you can see how many people registered, how many people attended. Of those attendees and those that registered, how many are good leads? that you can follow up with. Did you make sales during the event? Did you make sales in the follow up from the event? So these are all things that you would want to track, and those are your key performance indicators. Um, when it comes to e-commerce, this is so much fun. So you're looking at number of pages they're going to, uh, which product pages they're clicking on. You're looking at how many people have put products in their carts, how many people have actually purchased. You're looking at, and by the way, some people think abandoned carts are bad. They're not bad. I love to look at my abandoned cart. See, I look at the sales that I have on Natural Zing, and I have two types of customers. I have those that come onto the website, make the purchase, and leave. And then I have my shoppers. And these shoppers take between 3 to 5 days, and they come back several times and they keep filling their cart. It's almost like they have this list on the, like a grocery list on the refrigerator, but instead it's their Natural Zing shopping cart. And they think, oh, I'm almost out of this. And they go back in and they add that. And so over this course of 3 to 5 days, they're filling their carts, and those those are my shoppers, and they tend to have larger carts. They have, per customer, I'm getting much larger sales. So abandoned carts aren't always bad. They could be your shoppers, and they're adding things to their cart, and you want them because you would rather sell 10 items than just one. So it's okay if you have those shoppers who are adding to their cart. But you do want to keep track of those. If they are truly abandoned and they don't come back, you need to have automated messages that go out to them to say, hey, did you forget about my cart? So, and then I usually have a series about 4 messages that I send over about 30 days. So, let's see. Of course, um, your cart value. You want to track. You want to call the number of sales, and then of course your revenue growth rate. So those are some of the things from an e-commerce perspective that you want to see. Now, when it comes to, I want to make sure that you definitely realize that sometimes it's not just sales that you're after. Sometimes you're also into, what I highlighted first, your engagement, your impact. Are you impacting your audience? Because they will be long-term loyal customers ultimately. Sometimes people take a long time to warm up to you, and they need that time. And so if you are having people go to your content, I've had a blog that I've had for, I don't know, 11, 12 years. And I am always blown away by how many people have gone out there to see my different recipes. And so it has great SEO, meaning search engine optimization. So people have been going to that for over 12 years. I am, again, blown away by how many people have used my recipes or at least looked at them on the recipe page. I did print out a list of some of the common KPIs that you might want to consider. Sales revenue, number one. I don't know if you can see this. How well can you see that? I will just read it off. Sales revenue and the percent change of your sales revenue. The quality of your leads. It's not just about the number of leads. Are you getting quality leads? And this is for coaching and for e-commerce. You may have people who are, you might have leads, but are they your ideal customer? Are they actually likely to make a purchase? Can you actually impact them and improve their lives in whatever it is that your specialty is? If it's e-commerce, same thing. You might have people on your email list, but how many of them actually purchase? How many of them are loyalty customers? And if you have a good email system, you can track this and find out this information. Who are your loyal customers? Who are your frequent shoppers? And you might do special deals for them and reward them in some way, and ask them to share with their friends because maybe they have friends that are similar to them and could become your loyal customers. Um, Website traffic, users, sessions, number of pages um, that they visited on the site. The more pages they visit, the more interested they are in your products or services. Um, the flow of the website traffic. Oh, this is a fun thing. Um, if you are trying to understand your customers better, you can follow the flow of where they go on your page. And you can find this in Google Analytics and you can see the flow of where they go on your website. Where they drop off, you might want to see maybe that page has issues or that product has issues, but you'll see how they flow around your page. Um, of course, there's social media views and engagements, likes, shares, comments, conversion rate. Of course, we're all after conversion, unless you're a nonprofit and you're just trying to build awareness. Um, Subscriber growth rate, whether it's email, followers, connections, YouTube subscribers. So all of those that subscriber growth rate. And then of course your email opens and your click-through rates on your email. Those are some of the top ones that I like to follow. And again, you want to customize it. You're not going to have this huge laundry list. I would say pick the top three things that you want to follow, you want to track and focus on that. What are your big needle movers that are for your business and determine what they are? And again, some things you might track on a weekly basis, some things on a quarterly because it might take more time, and then some things on a monthly basis. Something like, if you're uh, some of your website stats, you might want to look at that, especially the flow. That is something you might look at once a month, once a quarter, just to have a better idea when you're interested in diving in to understand your customers better. But if you're trying to get people to sign up for a workshop, or if you just sent out an email, you want to look at those stats, frequently, after you send out the email, like a few hours after or the day after, you want to see how well that email did and see what you can do to improve it. And of course, you should see some results. Are they signing up for the webinar, your course, your coaching? Are they actually purchasing the product e-commerce? So those are pretty instantaneous. I love that instant gratification. In fact, on my phone, I have it make a ka-ching sound, so I know when there's online sales. So, in any case, I hope you found this helpful. And what I would like to do, there's other KPIs other than marketing, and I can dive in deeper into marketing, but there's also some on the operations side. Now, Natural Zing is starting to open more um, coaching on the operation side, whether it's how to set up an LLC, how to make sure you have the right accounting system, um, legal setup, or just how to become a high performance entrepreneur. These areas, they're not my specialty, but they are Jeff's specialty. He's my husband. He's the president of Natural Zing, and he is starting to help clients now as well because over 18, 20 years that we've been entrepreneurs, he has really had to fine tune the operations side and the KPIs on from accounting and all of that from a standpoint, as well as determine how to become a high performance entrepreneur. You don't stick around this long without really building up yourself. And, this is health and wellness people. So, for sure that he's going to be talking about how, as an entrepreneur, you have to keep yourself in peak state from a health perspective, from a mental perspective. He goes into a lot of different things. And if that's something you're interested in, hey, just let me know in the comments that, you'd like to know more about this. I would actually love to have him as a guest on this. And maybe we'll have a webinar that we have and we'll cover some of these different things. But I want to know if these are things you're interested in, if he can help you with these, or just trying to figure out what kinds of topics you're interested in. So please put some comments below and let us know what some of the areas that you would like to hear about next.